my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. For my love Natari in the castle east, to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to catch a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
He did the monster mash. The zombies.
Guys, your form is monstrous. No wonder you're in pain. Here, come over with me to TNT. I'll help you out. Oh! Hey, Mr. Werewolf. Sorry about that. Timmy fell in the well? Oh, you're in back pain. Sorry. My werewolf is rusty. Okay, Mr. Werewolf, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna massage you out. So whenever I hit a tender spot, you howl for me, okay? Oh, okay. Top of the back. We gotta get you mobile. Okay, those glutes are a problem. Because we just massage that, we're gonna stretch to elongate that muscle, get that so you go back in the right place, loosen up. So I want you to howl again for me where you get a really good stretch, okay? I'm looking for a 7 out of here. So to help that back, we gotta start strengthening, okay? So I want you to tuck those knees up. We're gonna do a little exercise called fire hydrants. You seem like you'd probably be familiar with that. Okay, now lift your leg like you're gonna pee. There we go. There we go, really lift. You feel that in the butt, Mr. Werewolf? Okay, stand up and let me know how that feels.
I feel like a whole new man. I got blood on my hands.
Ooh, yeah, I feel great. These hips feel amazing. Thank you.
Oh, my joints feel amazing.
That feels good.
Hey. Well, if it isn't our favorite trick-or-treater,
Well, come on in. Yeah.
Perfect.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh, very spooky.
Oh yes, very.
Very spooky time of year
You know,
right now.
It's kind of funny because speaking of spooky, that entrance, that like intro video, a little creepy.
a little creepy. Got
had
a couple monsters in
Yeah,
there?
like a werewolf. You had Frankenstein with the neck junk,
Yeah. Frankenstein, that's right.
zombie,
Yes.
and a mummy.
And a mummy.
Lots of toilet paper. Good thing we bought all that toilet paper during quarantine.
Exactly. It was good. I think and they look like they got helped out.
Yeah,
It looked like everything
I feel
just
like they
wrapped
feel
up
better.
really good.
wrapped up.
Wrapped up
That's
like
cute.
a zombie. I mean, like a mummy.
Oh, okay.
Mummy? Like a mummy.
Hey,
yeah.
I think it's probably quote time. Let's just kick things off with a quote, why don't we?
Here's a quote for y'all, okay? This is by Edwin Moses. He says, stretching,
Reading is hard.
reading is hard. Here we go. Edwin Moses, he said this. Stretching is a major part of preparation. Speaking of preparation, Kelly,
Yeah.
check this out. Let's say it's Halloween night,
Mm-hmm.
and you're out, and so you're with your kids, and you're just walking from house to house to house, trick-or-treating, having a bunch of time.
Grabbing candy.
Getting all that good stuff.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, you're like, man, we've been out
Picture
here
it.
for a long time walking around. My back's starting to hurt. That's a pretty common scenario, right?
What do
Up
you
on
do?
your feet? Oh, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Or I'll tell you what they're going to do.
Okay.
They're
What
going to
are
watch
they gonna
us do some stretches for your back in case you're out trick-or-treating and it's not feeling so hot. So check these stretches out.
All right, everybody, this is the quadricep stretch. What I'm going to use, how I want to do this, I'm going to use this wall back here. So what we're actually trying to do, stretch these quadriceps, just think in front of your thigh. So when they get really tight here, you kind of start to go into this thing we call anterior pelvic tilt, which all that means is it's your pelvis here, your hips, they want to dump forward, which in turn is actually going to make your low back kind of extend a little bit more past what it should. It's not going to feel good. So anyway, we want to keep these nice and loose. How we do that would be like this. So again, if I'm using this wall, try to get my balance here. I'm going to throw 1 foot back on the wall, kind of get my toes, back of my foot up against that, or the top of my foot up against that. And then from here, I'm just going to lean back, and as I do that, the big O stretch. Big O stretch right on the front. And so it's the standing wall quad stretch.
Okay guys, so the first one that I'm going to show you is going to be a hamstring stretch. Now ideally we would be outside on some like concrete stairs. That's going to be probably a little bit more likely for what you're going to see. But what you'll be doing is you will find a stair that's about the right height. For this one I'll just use this for me because I got a really tight hammy. You're going to either hold on to the other side of the stair just to help you balance, and then kind of lean forward. You should get a good stretch. Now if you start to feel this a little bit more in the calf, bend the knee slightly, and then lean forward again, trying to bring that knee towards your forehead. Now remember, if you lock it out, you're going to get a little bit more. You might get calf. You can always bend to get more hamstring. Hold on to that for about 30 seconds or so each leg. Kind of just stretch that out. Get a good stretch. That'll help kind of keep the pelvis positioned the way it needs to. Also, speaking of pelvis positioning, so you know Caleb was talking about that anterior pelvic tilt where your back kind of does this. I call it Instagram booty. So your back arches and all these vertebrae back here crunch together. So what you'll want to do, even when you're walking, think about kind of just pulling your pelvis forward. So it almost looks like a little bit of like a hip thrust forward, but really make sure you squeeze your belly button back into your spine, and that'll help kind of leave some space between those vertebrae. Now, the last stretch I'm going to show you is going to be a pigeon stretch. And lucky for you, we get to sit down on this one. So while you're sitting down on a step outside, go ahead, cross your leg over your other leg. You kind of want to make a box right here. So you kind of see how it's a little bit of like a 90-degree angle here, 90 here. You're making a box with your body. You can always lean forward. And if you're tight enough, this might be a good enough stretch. You can always go to this knee, or you can turn towards the toe. Now that's what really does it for me. I'll feel a stretch right back here through the glutes. That just kind of helps pull the spine under, give some more space between the vertebrae there, and you'll do the same, holding that for about 30 seconds or so for each side. Do that a couple of times, and hopefully that helps you make it through trick-or-treating.
So make sure you try those out. You can do them outside. Obviously, we didn't do them outside because, well, the day that we're shooting this, it's kind of pouring down rain. And so our plans to shoot outside didn't really work. So you can do all these stretches on steps or against a wall outside. But
Easy.
make sure that you say this little trick-or-treat quote before you leave.
Oh, what is it, Kelly? I'm listening.
Okay. This one's by a man named Rusty Fisher, who I do not know, but who is a very poetic man.
Oh, what did he
And
say?
it goes a little something like this. Sticky fingers, tired feet. One last house, trick or treat.
Whoa.
Hey guys, make sure you use that quote whenever you trick or treat. If you come to my house, I'll give you a big king-size candy bars. I
Big
got
monster candy bar. Man, this is exciting, Kelly.
you. No.
What a newsletter. What a
Okay.
good time.
Have fun, be safe,
Be safe, have fun.
and we'll see you next week.
There it is.